This is Channels Television. We now go live to Jigawa State for the launch of the 28th MSME clinics.
A yayin da mai girma mai gabatarwa bai gabatar da wannan abu akan asusun horar da ma'aikata na ƙasa ake ke bayanin sa, na lura da karasuwar mai girma shugaban masu tsawatarwa a majalisar dokoki na jihar Alhaji Lawal Garba Bullet. Ina iya ganin dan majalisa mai wakiltar karamar hukumar Roni da takwaransa mai wakiltar karamar hukumar Babura da kuma mai girma dan majalisa mai wakiltar karamar hukumar Guyuwa wanda kuma tsohon sakataren karamar hukuma ne Alhaji Muhammad Tsubut, shi ma riga da ya zo wannan wuri. Shugabanni dai ɗaya bayan ɗaya suna ci gaba da kwararowa wajen wannan mashahura lamari. Agronomist expert, former Director General Research Institute Kazauri, a former Director Agri Services, Areja Jama'ar River Basin Development Association. In Areja Jama'ar, since he assumption as the chief executive in the last 7 months, is an achiever wherever he finds himself in the execution of his legitimate responsibility in line with the continuing provision. Alhaji Mamun Dawa Aliyu, you are most welcome. A very good friend of the good people of Jigawa State who remain committed to project the name of Jigawa State in all fields of human endeavor.
Akwai wanda muke ce mashi quick wins, wato wanda za a yi na gaggawa, wanda muka samu mai training wata uku. A cikin wannan training muna training da mutane akan su POP, dinki, girke-girke da sauransu. Sannan kuma akwai kashi na biyu, medium term. A wannan medium term din shi kuma akwai waɗanda yake za mu samu ma'aikatu ne mu sa mutum ya je koyi waɗannan sana'o'i na ɗan shekara ɗaya ko shekara biyu, a ƙarshe sai a ba su certificate da kuma kayan aiki. Sannan akwai wanda yake ko mai tsawon wato long term. A wannan long term shine long term din ne shine wato zamu santoci, zamu yi kokari mu samu santoci a dukkan jihohin da na Najeriya domin ya zama kowa zai shiga ya samu training. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.
At this point, to recognize the arrival of the state head of civil service, Alhaji Hussaini Alikna. We move to the next presenter from the Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, Malam Usman Muhammad. SON. Today muke tare da mashahuran mutane tun safe a wannan wuri mai girma kwamishinan kasuwanci masana'antu da insha Allah zai mana bayanin mana ba.
Two-place standard school. The students, the pupils of this school made all of these things. They apparently have a presentation.
Nigeria.
How are you? Good afternoon. How are you? All right. So the students made this. And the baskets.
It looks like a girls' school. This is a blacksmith. They fabricate pinnacle of mosque. So this is hand fabricated. This is the blacksmith. This is garden power. They make the base for sewing machine. machine in Jigawa State, and they also export it. This is called tech fix. They're nice, they customize computers, they fix, yes, power banks and all.
We sell we fix.
They customize
power
laptops,
banks, we make customized
power
flash. Yeah, we make this.
How do you make it?
We remove some of the cells like this one from inside this one to make the power bank. Yeah. How much do you sell? This one we sell it 9,000. Yeah.
This is the prelude to the launch of the MSME clinic in Jigawa State by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. He arrived there today to launch the MSME clinic in Tutse. About now, what he's doing is inspecting some of the items being displayed by micro, medium and small enterprises in Jigawa State as all get ready for the launch of the MSME clinic. Well, the Vice President has been doing this for a while now. Tutse is the 28th state that is getting the MSME clinic to boost small and micro businesses across the country. The Vice President emphasizes the importance of micro, small and medium enterprises to the growth of the economy, especially in wealth creation and employment. You see dignitaries from Jigawa State, from the Jigawa State government, showing him around the various stands where the locals are displaying their goods, all locally made in Jigawa State. Various items are on display there. Jigawa State in itself, it's an agrarian state, is an agrarian state, but there are so many things that are being displayed there. Many other things apart from products in the agriculture world.
They did the
get empowerment. How many of those do you make? And you make in one day? Maybe like 10 bucks.
one is they recycle plastic and paper, and plastic paper, plastic balls, and all of that.
That is to be reused again.
I'm taking this to the other part. We're coming back.
See, Your Excellency, ours is an integrated farming complex where we have a fertilizer. This is the type of fertilizer we are producing under the PFI. This is, we have a mini rice mill where we produce rice. We have a fishery. These are some of our fishes. Seeds of rice, nuts, and sunflower. This is an example of the tomato. Spring tomatoes are from our tomato greenhouse. And this is also a from the same greenhouse. This is our dairy product. So this one, this is 2 liters. Yes. We also have the Bonsmara bull, sir. This is a special breed of bull known for its high quality meat and super resistant to to local diseases. This is also our boa gout. Let's have a look there, please. And this is a 4-horned ram from the same place. You are welcome to Mala Malusa. 4-horned, yes. No, we are exhibiting the work of nature here, sir. It's a unique from God. Yes. Yes, sir. You're welcome to Mala Malusa. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, please.
Usually grow bigger than this. Yes.
So, Madam Alu is also happy to announce that we are the custodians of the tallest flagpole in Nigeria. And we are presenting to you the catalog of the flags are here. We are also happy to announce a gift of a pool to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Move.
The rice milling machine.
This is fabricated locally.
Yes.
Women used to do it by hand, and they introduce this which is faster and better. And this is also
The rice fabricating machine.
they buy the engine from China and they fabricate here this one locally.
This is Shamsu Furniture. They also make the top and the base of the sewing machine. These are young inventors, Havanas. They just invent all sorts of things.
We have the security light without doing it. Security light. Security light.
Do you use solar?
Oh no, it's chargeable.
It's not solar.
Yes.
This is Galamu metal one. So this can be used to bake snacks.
Masa.
Yes,
Masa. Which is eaten all of us.
And they are possible.
The federal government, in partnership with the private sector, is continuing its support of innovations and inventions to boost the growth of small businesses across the country, improve the economy of states, and create more jobs for Nigerians. A reason why Professor Osinbajo is in Jigawa State today to launch the 28th MSMEs Clinic. The clinics is in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, state governments and key federal agencies to simplify administrative procedures and guidelines for issuance of business loans and approvals, registration certificates, tax certificates, permits and licenses as well. In Jigawa State, for instance, which is the focus for today, the Vice President is touring an exhibition of locally made products. As you can see, some of the items being displayed there include leather products, shoes, bags, belts, horse decoration, metal fabrication, baking products, block industries, recycling industries, and the whole lot. In Jigawa State, there are about 60% micro enterprises which employ between 1 to 5 million workers. Small enterprises in Jigawa State are put at about 30%, with capital ranging from 5 million to 50 million, while the medium enterprises in Jigawa State take 10%.
Also in Jigawa State. This is the stand of Kila women cassava farmers. So all of these are products from cassava. RFC soya milk powder and ginger tea.
APC leadership, women wing Hajia Rabi.
Soya milk powder.
Yes, sir. Okay. Give us space. Give us space. Give us space.
No, this is just normal bread. Your Excellency, this is Unusa International bread.
We need space, please.
Crystal Rocks produce, they grow grapes. They don't have physical grapes here, but this is what they do.
We are live now. We are live. You are disturbing me, since a woman.
This is an experiment we are doing in Dusa, which is very successful.
Where your face
and you can grow it here in Jigawa. Yeah, breathe here in Dusa.
We are working on it.
Your face mask. Put on your face mask.
Yes, sir. It's called sunshine rays. Sunshine rays. Because of abundant sunshine, you have your own right. You know we have good sun, which is better for.
Your Excellency, this is Sharafia Multipurpose. They manufacture disinfectant, shampoo, spices, hand wash. Thank you.
Your Excellency, what's your point?
Your Excellency, this is Madaka Integrated Farms. Rice and beans, processing, planting, and milling.
How much? It's seed.
So we are producing seeds. Yeah, we are producing.
Your Excellency, this is Maman Hanif, organic honey.
100%.
Yes. J. Judge General Enterprises, local snacks. The peanuts. This is Rare Beauty Cosmetics, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, this is Yaliman Bean, spices. This is processed moringa. Sumoy farm maize flour and wheat flour, Your Excellency. Maize flour and wheat flour. Shema, Rwandari is water, bagged water, bottled water. Flour mills, Dan Taco, flour mills.
Stand by him like this and then use your hand. Because when you're doing, you're blocking his face.
Okay. Your Excellency, this is Namalia groundnut oil and groundnut snacks. Same as here. It's kuli kuli, Your Excellency. Yes. Groundnut cake is kuli kuli as well. Crackers. This is Dan Dauji. It's a snack as well. Gulisua.
Madam Minister. Yeah, my kids love eating it. Oh, milk and sugar, bro? Yes.
And then they roll it. This is Jida snacks. This is a whole range of snacks, locally made in Jigawa State, Your Excellency.
Yeah, dates.
These are dates. These are locally made donuts and all. Dates. So we're going.
I need you to check my the mic is live.
You are going to pay for this service. Your Excellency, we're going to the other side. The rest of this row are just snacks as well. So we're going to go to this row, Your Excellency. Your Excellency. These are all snacks. These are crisps, chips. It's plantain chips. Sweet potato. And kuli oil as well. The groundnut oil. Your Excellency, we're going to in this direction. Sorry. This is a block manufacturing plant in Jigawa State. Block making. Then this is bread, hamdala, arayat. Different variations of bread, Your Excellency. This company was funded by the ITF. They were trained and funded by ITF to make these solar panels and all of that. Trained by ITF, that's their certificate. Yes, that's a certificate of training from ITF. These are also trainings from the ITF. All of these are trainings from ITF. This is also bread, Lautai bread. Your Excellency, this is GCC Vanguard. Their business was funded by Access Bank. Funded by Access Bank. Yes.
How much?
How 5,000 per square meters. 5,000 per square meters.
5,000 per square meter.
Yeah.
Square meter. But this one, this
it's simple.
Because of the heat.
Why is Ghana?
This is HH rice processing, sir.
You are welcome to our state. Yes, all of our everyone in US.
Wash. Mina Home Decorations, Your Excellency. Home decorations, knitting. Let's just go straight there. We're going straight to that end. To that end, so that we will come back this way. Yep. This is Ubaida Agro-Allied Products. They have live chicks. Ubaida Agro-Allied. Then this is Jigawa rice. Jigawa rice. So we're taking him there. We're going straight, so just come with me.
Ambassador Boy is calling you.
Okay, so just follow me. No, I'm about to Excuse me. Move. Excuse me.
Okay, go.
Today's launch of the MSME clinic in Jigawa State is the 28th being launched by the federal government. And according to the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, these clinics will assist businesses to bounce back after the dent caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In the same vein, he says the implementation of the MSME Survival Fund by the federal government has sent the right signals that MSMEs are an important component of the economy. The scheme includes payroll support to artisans and transport support tracks as a component under the Nigerian Economic Sustainability Plan. It's designed to cushion the economic effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, especially on the most vulnerable small businesses, as a conditional grant support for vulnerable MSMEs.
Accessories, sweaters for children. These are accessories for women, sweaters for children and adults. You have to. Your Excellency, these are handmade bed sheets and decorations, locally made bed sheets and home decorations, pillows and soft furnishings. Locally made bags. And babariga. We're going this way. We're going this way.
Go on back. But boy, yeah, go on through. Sorry. How many months? Natural 3 months.
Your Excellency, these are women's apparels, women's outfits, downshore women's tailoring. Tomato paste.
There's a slope here.
Tomato paste accessories.
Honorable Minister, watch this.
Honorable Minister, sloping. Your Excellency, this is castor oil, locally made in Jigawa. Your Excellency, Chamber of Commerce. The cups, locally made cups. Wasco New World chalk, locally made chalk. These These are skincare products, Your Excellency. Zauma Enterprises, skincare products. Your Excellency, this is all-in-one mat, so hand fabricated. This is Kazaure bead making. And then these are more snacks and groundnut oil. These are women's tailoring outfits. And then local perfume. Latifa Adamu. This is local perfume.
But you burn this.
Tuari fragrance. This is Shaida Sulaiman, handmade leather things, yes. This is another chalk making company. Your Excellency, this is New World foam, so pillows and mattresses. This is Z-Pure, Zainab groundnut oil. They make shampoos, petroleum jelly, and cosmetics generally. All these are handmade leather material, shoes and bags. Soft furnishings, cosmetics, hand wash. And then we're going this way.
What? I'm going now. I'm going this way. Okay, it's water. Okay, stop. Don't worry. So where are we starting from?
Here.
We're starting from here.
Yeah. These are tables. These ones.
These are just these are groundnut orcas, Your Excellency. Young groundnut orcas. Kilishi and cola nuts. Just the local snacks, Your Excellency. This is all snacks locally made here, Your Excellency. Move them forward, move. Your Excellency, these are decorations. These are decorations handmade in Jigawa. Decorations handmade in Jigawa. Channels, move back, move back. Oh yeah, please. Let's move, let's move. Let's move, let's move, let's move. Your Excellency, spices, kilishi, millet powder, all locally made in Jigawa State. Kilishi, dried meats, and dambu nama. Let's this way. Yeah. Jigawa Agro Allied Company. They're fertilizers.
Jigawa fertilizer. Sorry.
These are all leather works and horse decorations for horses. All of these are for horses and horse riders.
Normally it's twice, and then when there's special occasion.
Some cushions. All of these are leather-made things from Jigawa State, Your Excellency. So all of these are leather works.
This lady is clumsy. Better here.
Don't go inside. Okay.
All of these are leather works. Shoes, slippers, all made in Jigawa State, Your Excellency. All leather works, handmade in Jigawa State. Your Excellency, okay. Your Excellency, all these are horse decoration as well. All of these are horse decorations as well. Can you step back? Just step back. Hadeja paints. Hadeja paints. More horse decorations, Your Excellency, and leather work. And home furnishings, Your Excellency. We've come to the end of the exhibition. These are just the agencies who are here to register new businesses, Your Excellency. Raw materials research. We're going into the hall. We're going into the hall now. We're going into the hall. Hall.
This way.
We're going into the hall. He's going into the hall.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, rounding off the tour of products made locally in Jigawa State as part of the launch of the 28th MSME clinic in that state. a tour of various products made locally in Jigawa State by small and medium-scale enterprises who are also receiving support from the state government. Exactly a year ago, that's July 1st, 2020, the Jigawa State government approved a one-year month tax holiday to existing small and medium-scale enterprises in the state, which expired today, and an 18-month relief to all new enterprises, which will expire in December this year. The tax break was in consideration of the negative effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on their businesses. Yet again, part of the plan of the federal government to work with MSMEs to improve their businesses because of the COVID-19 pandemic and its effects on businesses and, of course, on small businesses as well. So right about now, the MSME clinic, the launch of it is about to start as the Vice President and others get ready for the national anthem.
Nigeria, good people, great nation. Please a round of applause for the Vice President. Your Excellencies, permit me to invite the Chief Imam of Hadeja, Malam Yusuf Abrahman, to give us an opening prayer. The Chief Imam of Hadeja.
صلوا على النبي الكريم.
His Excellency, the special guest of honor, His Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, GCABR, a very good friend of the good people of Jigawa State. The Chief Host, His Excellency, Governor Mohammed Badar Abubakar MNI. His Excellency, the State Deputy Governor, Alaji Umar A. Namadi. The Honorable Minister for State, Trade and Investment, our very good neighbor, Hajia Mariam Katagum. A Honorable Minister of Water Resources, a son of the soil, Alaji Hussaini Adamu. The State APC leader, Alaji Farouk Adamu Aliyu. Our most respected royal fathers, the Emir of Hadeja, Alaji Adamu Bakar Maje, CON, Chairman Jigawa Council of Chief. The Emir of Kazaure, Alaji Najib Hussain Adamu, CON. The Emir of Gumel, Alaji Dr. Ahmed Mohammed Sani, CON. The Speaker, Jigawa State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Idris Garba Jahun. The Chief Judge, Jigawa State. The Grand Kadi, members of the National Assembly, members of the State Executive Council, members of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, captains of industry, members of the organized labor, members of the organized private sector, the Managing Director, Hadeja Jamara River Basin Development Authority, the Director General NIGDA, distinguished head of Federal Parastatal in our mix, distinguished head of paramilitary institution, distinguished invited guests, local government chairman, head of extra-ministerial department at Boston and Federal Civil Service, a very good afternoon. Welcome to Samadi Bella Hall, a unique, befitting and elegant conference hall capable of accommodating over 500 spectators for yet another monumental event, the formal launching of the 28th edition of National Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise MSMEs Clinic in Dutse, Jigawa State Capital, by His Excellency the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo GCABR. On arrival at the venue, His Excellency the Vice President has already inspected all the regulatory bodies responsible for MSME and product provided by MSME in the state on exhibition at outside the pavilion. President Muhammad Buhari is committed to the introduction of numerous programs aimed to diversify the nation's economy through the establishment of MSMEs and other agricultural input in order to enhance service delivery in agricultural sector and economic viability of the state and the nation at large. The event of today will contribute greatly to the development of business activities in the state and the nation at large. Without taking much of our time, before Their Excellency's study schedule, may at this point in time invite the Honorable Commissioner of Commerce and Industry, Jigawa State, Alhaji Salisu Zakar Hadija, Chigaring Hadija, to come forward and deliver a welcome address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Muhammad Badar Abubakar, MON MNI, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar Namadi, Honorable Minister of Trade and Investment, Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Right Honorable Speaker, Jigawa State House of Assembly, Alhaji Idris Garba, members of the National Assembly, members of the State Assembly, the Secretary to the State Government, members of the Jigawa State Executive Council, the Chief Judge and the Grand Kadi, the Head of Service, local government chairmen and party elders, Your Royal Highnesses, the Emir of Hadejia, Kazauri and Gumel, and the representatives of Emir of Dutse and Emir of Ringim, permanent secretaries and head of extra-ministerial departments, special advisors and special assistants, other invited guests, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome you all to Dutse, the capital city of Jigawa State, on this important occasion for the official launching of the 28th edition of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises National Clinics. Let me begin by thanking the Almighty Allah for giving us the privilege for being alive to witness this remarkable visit by His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and his distinguished entourage. Your Excellency, it is indeed our honor to have you in our midst. I would like to place on record our sincere appreciation for your warm hospitality and your support to put Jigawa State on board on the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises National Clinic Program. We thank you, sir. Sir, we hope this visit will afford more opportunities to the SMEs in the state towards enhancing and boosting economic activities through federal government interventions. Once again, I welcome you all. Wish you a very successful visit. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live Jigawa State. Thank you all for listening. God bless.
Your Excellencies, that has been an open remark by the Honorable Commissioner of Commerce, Alhaji Salisu Zakar Hadija, welcoming His Excellency, the Vice President and other distinguished invited guests for this monumental event. May I use this medium to invite the Honorable Minister of Commerce, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Katagum, to deliver her remark. Madam.
Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, Your Excellency, Governor Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, MON, Governor of Jigawa State, and His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly here present, the Honorable Minister, Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Hussein Adamu, Special Advisors to the President, Your Royal Highnesses, our Royal Fathers, Heads of MDAs present, our MSME family and partners, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I have the singular honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the 28th edition of the National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Clinics, holding here in the ancient city of Dutse, Jigawa State. Permit me to start by expressing our immense gratitude to His Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for his continued commitment and dedication towards deepening the MSMEs on the path of inclusive growth and sustainable development. Your Excellency, permit me to also express our sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, as well as the good people of Jigawa State, for the very warm welcome, and all relevant stakeholders for partnering with us in organizing this edition of the MSME Clinics. It is important for me to state that this edition of the clinics is being organized shortly after the commemoration of the MSME Week, the high point of which was the MSME National Awards Night held last Sunday. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at the last count, Nigeria had about 41 million MSMEs, which according to the latest Smeden MBS MSME survey, contribute nearly 50% of the country's GDP and account for over 80% of employment in the country. The pivotal role of MSMEs in economic growth and development clearly reinforces the fact that supporting small businesses by creating opportunities for MSMEs to thrive is essential for increasing productivity, creating jobs and boosting our economy. Therefore, it must be emphasized that maintaining broad-based MSMEs is very important for economic growth and sustainability, particularly of the sub-nationals. Therefore, every state and local government in the country needs to identify specific areas of comparative advantage, particularly in agriculture and other resource endowments, and strive to optimize competencies for food sufficiency and export. This has become more apparent considering that trading under the African Continental Free Trade Area has already commenced. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as is the practice in previous clinics, operators in the MSME space will be engaged in the next 2 days by regulators and business advisory experts in entrepreneurship, skills development, finance, quality and standards on how to facilitate and grow their businesses and enterprises. It is also instructive to advise players in the MSME space to approach government agencies that have capacities to link them up with larger industries. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the federal government has demonstrated its commitment to the resuscitation, survival, and growth of the MSMEs. This is evidenced through the Economic Sustainability Plan, which provides for specific programs aimed at cushioning the impact of COVID-19 on MSMEs. These programs include the MSME Survival Fund and the Guaranteed Offtake Scheme, which have reported significant impact all over the country. Your Excellency, let me take a moment to draw attention to two important policies recently approved by the Federal Executive Council, which have bearings on MSMEs. The first is the revised National Policy on Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, which provides guidelines and a framework for resolving some of the challenges faced by the sector, as well as providing platforms for opportunities inherent in the MSMEs. The second policy approved by Council is the Nigerian National Quality Policy. The main objective of this policy is to ensure that goods and services emanating from, imported into, and traded in Nigeria are designed, manufactured, packaged, labeled, and supplied in accordance with the needs, expectations, and requirements of the purchaser and consumer. Specifically, this policy makes provision for support to SMEs to conform to national standards and comply with technical regulations, thus enhancing economic growth. Your Excellencies, the MSME clinics provide a single point of access that can improve long-term potential for inclusive growth for businesses to achieve success with special focus on youth and women as economic actors of change. I sincerely hope that the participants at this clinic will maximize the opportunities provided by this platform. Let me close by once again appreciating His Excellency the Vice President for his leadership and commitment to the cause of the MSMEs, and to also thank His Excellency Governor Mohammed Badar Abubakar for the warm reception and excellent arrangements made for this MSME clinic. I thank you all for listening, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam, for the excellent remarks. The Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry, Hajia Mariam Katagum, highlighting the activities of MSME in her ministry and the need for small-scale industry to join her ministry in order to enhance service delivery in the industry. May I most respectfully invite the Chief Host, His Excellency Governor Mohammed Badar Abubakar, Member of the Order of the Niger, Member of the National Institute, Trans Multinational Business Mogul, Investment Analyst, Industrialist, Philanthropist, Successful Entrepreneur, Principal Partner, African Business Roundtable.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Our guest, our leader, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, son, GCON, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, the State Deputy Governor, distinguished senators, members of the National Assembly here present, Honorable Speaker, members of the State House of Assembly, the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, Galadiman Kazore, the Honorable Minister of State, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Katagun, special advisors to the President on our midst, the Director Generals of various federal agencies, parastatals here present, my own, the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, the son of Jigawa State, the Secretary to the State Government and the Head of Service, Honorable Commissioners, Special Advisors, Special Assistants, Commissioner of Police, State Director SS, and other paramilitary agencies here present, our father, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Hadeja, the Emir of Kazore, and the Emir of Gumel, and the representatives of the Emir of Ringi Manduze, members of the Vice President entourage, captains of industries, and other very important personalities in our mix, local government council chairman here present, participants and beneficiaries, security, and members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. I'm highly delighted to receive the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON, for the second time this year in Jigawa State. Only a few months ago, the Vice President was in Jigawa State, during which he commissioned the Solar Power Nigeria program in Jengebe community around the local government, which provide access to energy for hundreds of homes. This time around, the Vice President is in Jigawa State to commission the 28th edition of National MSMEs Clinic, among other projects. This goes to show how the federal government is assiduously working to deliver the promises of next level agenda. Today's program is about federal government support to business enterprises, which is critical to economic growth, job creation, employment generation, and poverty reduction. I believe this intervention is very timely, considering the setbacks suffered by MSMEs arising from the negative social and economic effect of COVID-19. As most of us are aware, the pandemic has almost thrown the Nigerian economy back into recession, if not for the various intervention of the federal government, complemented by the state government as well. Apart from interventions such as the National SMSE Clinic that cut across all states in the Federation, there are many other similar interventions aimed at supporting businesses, diversifying the productive base of the economy, and expanding the export potential and capacities of medium and large-scale industries and enterprises. In Jigawa, we have seen a lot of support across so many sectors. In the road sector, that helps to move agricultural products from one direction to the other, you are all living witness that the section that comes into Jigawa on the road from Kano to Maiduguri is almost being completed 100%. The same way, the Shuaren Konaruguma Road that has been there for over 15 years is now being completed. And we have the federal government have awarded also the road from Gaya to Kapinhausa that we have been yearning for so many years, as well as the road from Kona Dumawa to Kanya Baba down to Babura and Bobomutum border, which we have been asking also for very long ago. These are few among the road networks being done by the federal government in order to resuscitate our economy and bring development into the state. As you are aware also, in the water sector, the Gari Dam project is almost completed and is supporting large-scale farmers with gravity irrigation, as well as the trimming project, which is desilting the river Hadeja down from Kano up to Yobe State, which created a lot of flow of water to areas where water has not been flowing for so many years. And this has created additional land for dry season cultivation and also help us to mitigate flooding because the rivers now flow and they flow very well. Also in the trimming project is the development of irrigation potential around Auyo, Hadeja axis that will deliver more irrigation land and gravity irrigation land to our farmers, as well as road networks around those areas and market creation around those areas. These are all done by the federal government to support business development and agriculture in our state. We are also aware that the road project that was commissioned, the rail project that was commissioned a few months ago, will see to the development of rail from Duse to Kano, and from Kano through Dambata to Kazaure, Gwiwa, Yankwashi, up to Daura and Kazina. And that will help greatly, in moving our agricultural products and industrial production. And this will certainly support the economy. Again, under social intervention, we are all aware that 164 families in Jigawa State receive the 5,000 naira per month support from the federal government. We also remember the Empower program that supported so many youths in gaining employment. Some of them are already entrepreneurs now. We also see the development of school feeding system and the support by the federal government, where over 1 million children are being fed in the school daily. This created about 9,000 entrepreneurs that are cooking and supplying food to those schools. That is also in support of our entrepreneurial development. In the education sector, we are all aware of the support being given to Sululamido University by the federal government and many of our institutions, higher institutions by the federal government. And to crown it all, last week or so, the federal government has approved the establishment of University of Technology in Jigawa State. And that will help also to strengthen our technical capabilities to host whatever industrial development that will come into the country. In addition to that, we also enjoy the support in the power sector, because without power, there will be no entrepreneurship development. So you will all recall the Gagara Water Power Station that has been laying for decades and now is commissioned and is giving out power 24/7. And I'm sure those in Gagara, Gujungu, that axis will have witnessed this. And in addition to that, another substation is being established in both Kazaure, Babura, Burnun Kudu, and Gwaram to support power delivery in Jigawa State, in addition to the solar project that is being done. I can go on and on and on the support we get from the federal government in the state to boost our potential, to boost our businesses, to create businesses so that we can improve on our tax base and income generation. We say thank you. On our part, the Jigawa State government is also doing a lot to complement the effort of the federal government to achieve the objective of economic recovery and growth plan, particularly with respect to the economic diversification, creating opportunities for improved means of livelihood for the populace through economic empowerment programs and infrastructural development anchored around agricultural development. It is worthy of note that all our empowerment programs are demand-driven and integrated with other sectorial programs for synergy and leverage or resource utilization. This was what informed the focus on our employment program around various aspects of the agricultural value chain and creating sustainable means of livelihood, especially for the extreme poor and other vulnerable segments of the society. To demonstrate this fact, immediately after commissioning of the 28th edition of the National Msmes Clinic, the Vice President will also commission the distribution of various agricultural machineries and equipments to 922 beneficiaries as part of the 7th segment of our empowerment program, creating today 922 new businesses. Incidentally, the 5th segment was also commissioned by the Vice President over 2 years ago. While today's commissioning will economically empower the beneficiaries, we believe it will also go a long way in bringing more land under cultivation and significantly boost agricultural production in the state. Details of the agricultural machineries and equipments to be distributed include, among others, 60 tractors, 44 power tillers, 50 solar water pumps, 50 agro-tricycle, 500 mini rice mills, 155 mini threshers, 63 large threshers. As earlier mentioned, those will go a long way in complementing the effort of the federal government, as it will facilitate the creation of more small and medium-scale entrepreneurs, particularly at the production and processing points of the agricultural value chain. Finally, on behalf of the government and the good people of Jigawa State, I most passionately appreciate the efforts and intervention of the federal government under the leadership of His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, GCON, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I also most sincerely thank the Vice President for his continued support to our programs. The Vice President's concern for the social and economic well-being of the common man has been amply demonstrated in various programs. The creation of social intervention program, social investment program, which led to the programs such as trader money, market money, Empower, cash transfer, and among others, was led by the Vice President himself. His Excellency the Vice President also recently, His Excellency the President also recently tasked our Vice President, who was leading the steering committee of the National Poverty Reduction and Growth Strategy. Tax was lifting 100 million out of poverty in 10 years. The President believes the Vice President will deliver, and we so believe so. We continue to appreciate His Excellency the Vice President, coordination and partnership through the National Economic Council. The government and the people of Jigawa State look forward to the continued support of the federal government. In particular, I will request for the consideration of Jigawa State for more federal facilities to be shared with the state in the aspect of agro-processing value chain within and outside the national SMSE clinics program as established in some other states. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Where are you? Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for the order of encouragement. You have just heard from His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, the Chief Host, commending the effort of the federal government for the execution of various developmental projects in the state in the area of education, agriculture, economic empowerment, wealth creation, and electricity. Reaffirming the commitment of his administration to work with the Buhari administration in order to achieve the desired set objective. Adding that his administration will continue to introduce numerous empowerment programs aimed to reduce poverty at grassroots level, create employment and reduce rural-urban migration in order to enhance per capita income at the grassroots. May I most respectfully invite the special guest of honor, His Excellency Professor Osinbajo, GCON, a renowned professor of law, a very good friend of the good people of Jigawa State, supporting Vice President of Nigeria.
Your Excellency, my dear brother, the Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Muhammad Badaru Abubakar. Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar Namadi Damodi. Members of the National Assembly present, especially the Honorable Hafiz Ibrahim Kaum, Honorable Maki Eleman, Honorable Nazivi Gumel, and the Honorable Musa Fagem Gao. Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, Galadima Kazare, the Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Katagum, Special Advisor to the President on Infrastructure, Ahmad Rufai Zakari, Santura King Kazare, the Special Advisor on Economic Matters, Ambassador Adeyemi Dikpeolu, All Progressive Congress Chieftain, the Honorable Farouk Adamu Aliu, heads of federal government agencies and parastatals present, the Speaker, Jigawa State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Idris Garba Kareka, and other members of the State House of Assembly present. The Chief Judge of Jigawa State, the Honorable Justice Umar Sadiq, and other members of the Jigawa State Judiciary present. Members of the Jigawa State Executive Council present. His Royal Highness the Emir of Hadija and Chairman, Council of Chiefs in Jigawa, Alhaji Adamu Abubakar. His Royal Highness the Emir of Kazare, Alhaji Najid Hussein Adamu. His Royal Highness the Emir of Gumel, Dr. Ahmad Muhammad Sani II. Dear exhibitors and participants present, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the very warm greetings of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, whose love and appreciation of the people of Jigawa State is very well known to all of us. And I'm glad to be here in Jigawa State, Dutse, the capital of the great new world, Jigawa State. And we're here today to flag off the 28th edition of the National MSME Clinics. The MSME Clinic is a federal government initiative to work with state governments to promote and support small and medium businesses. And it is appropriate and fitting that we should do this here, that we should actually have this event here. Jigawa State continues to be a pace setter in agriculture and rural development. It is, as you well know, currently Nigeria's largest producer of dates and hibiscus. The state is also the second largest producer of gum arabic and sesame seed. and it is one of the top 3 rice-producing states in the country. But more importantly, it has proved itself to be one of the top 3 most attractive states in Nigeria for small and medium businesses. As some of us will know, Jigawa was rated number 3 of the 36 states and Abuja in the ease of doing business rankings conducted for the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council. The rankings were not done by Jigawa State. It was done by the consulting firm, the international consulting firm, KPMG. And I suspect that the calculating governor, as you know, might be planning to make this state also a tourism destination, as only recently he inaugurated the tallest national flag in Nigeria, which is 5.3 feet high. Is on account, is 5.3 feet high, and this, as you know, is in the farm of one of our respected chieftains in the APC, Honorable Farouk Aliyu, which farm is also an investment, a major investment in this state, in Jigawa State. So it's on account of the proactive stance of the governor that we also chose to perform the national launch of the deployment of 100,000 solar home systems under the Solar Power Niger program here in Jigawa State, in the Jangefe community, the Roni local government, and Kazaure Emirate, when I visited Jigawa State in April this year to celebrate another great son of this state when he became the Galadima Kazaure. So let me also take this opportunity to congratulate and commend His Excellency Governor Badaru Abubakar and his hard-working team for these great strides in a few short years. Their dedication to duty and the quality of service to the good people of this state is really worthy of emulation. The obvious reason, I'm sure that we all know, that the very obvious reason for MSME clinics and the support that the federal government gives them is because MSMEs are, without a doubt, the engine of growth in any economy. MSMEs also employ the largest number of people. So the MSME clinics were designed to bring the regulatory agencies whose work affects the business experience of MSMEs to meet with MSMEs in the same venue. So I am here today with NAFDAC, with CAC, with SON, with NEPC, with Bank of Industry, with FIRS. All these regulatory agencies are here with me in Jigawa State today as part of this clinic, because this is the opportunity that MSMEs have to bring their business problems to the attention of the regulatory agencies for solution. And this is outside the formal and sometimes intimidating head offices of these agencies. So also, by bringing the regulatory authorities directly to the MSMEs, they, that is the MSMEs, are saved the cost of moving between different agency offices, which are not even always in the same town. So MSME clinics have also helped the regulatory agencies on their part to gain a better understanding of the difficulties that MSMEs face and how to improve their services to help these small businesses. So usually the MSME clinics are for 2 days, but we realize that all the needs and queries of small businesses cannot be met in a 2-day period, which is why we also encourage state governments to establish MSME one-stop shops. These are buildings provided by the state governments to house all our MSME partners under the same roof, so that the small businesses can access their services continuously and more readily and more cheaply. As part of the clinics, we also have facilities described as shared facilities for MSMEs. This is yet another innovation. Now, these facilities are provided to small businesses or to small business clusters by the federal government. And what it usually involves is the installation of specialized machinery that can be used or rented for short periods by by business owners. Such facilities spare the MSMEs the financial burden of having to purchase their own equipment while giving them access to top-flight equipment. And one of the things, for example, you could have a shared facility. We have one that was built in Benue State. This is a yam storage facility, and all farmers can use that same storage facility. It has all the state-of-the-art equipment for ensuring that yams are stored and are kept for long periods of time. One single farmer may not be able to afford those facilities, so we give them one facility that has all the equipment. And this is the sort of thing that we've done in other states, and we hope we'll be able to do here also in Jigawa State. The President has reiterated several times that his main focus is on ensuring that small businesses are given the best possible support, which explains why, in response to the devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on the economy, and especially on small businesses, the President established the Economic Sustainability Committee, which I have the privilege of chairing, with a mandate to draw up an economic sustainability plan to tackle the negative effects on individuals, on health and the economy. The plan was to save jobs and create new opportunities. And one of the interventions in the plan was what we describe as the MSME Survival Fund. This Survival Fund was designed by the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and ably executed by the Honorable Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Katagun, who is here with us today. The MSME Survival Fund consisted of a payroll support scheme for qualifying businesses, a guaranteed offtake scheme, a grant scheme for artisans and transporters, and free business name registration for 250,000 applicants. Under the payroll support component of the plan, so far, 459,307 employees have been successfully paid between 30,000 and 50,000 naira over a period of 3 months. The target beneficiaries of the scheme include private school teachers, hotel workers, road transport industry personnel, creative industry people, and various others. And there's a painstaking and rigorous verification process. There's also the track for artisans and transporters, known as the Artisan and Transporters Grant. And we targeted 330,000 artisans and transporters. To date, about 265,425 artisans have been successfully paid under that scheme. For the general MSME grant, which is also part of this scheme, out of the 100,000 targeted beneficiaries, so far we've been able to pay about 44,000, and they've been paid across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. So through the payroll support program, we were able to help businesses across sectors to keep their employees, and in the same vein, artisans and transporters got support to help them overcome the negative impact of the pandemic on their livelihoods. So MSMEs in Jigawa State also benefited fully from all tracks of the Survival Fund. And we believe that several of them were able to benefit across the tracks with the total support that we're able to give all business owners and employees alike. Now today, after going around with His Excellency the Governor to see the different businesses exhibiting their products and services, and there's an incredible number of excellent businesses that we're able to see today, covering a wide range of activities, just a wide range of activities, even from smart computing to those who are making spices, to those who are making furniture, those who are making chalk, all manner of businesses. I want to further assure participants that every effort will be made to address the challenges and bottlenecks that they may be facing. I must also encourage you to bring any of the issues, especially the issues to do with approvals and all of that, to the attention of the MSME Clinic Secretariat between today and tomorrow, to get assistance and quick responses from some of the relevant agencies. So in conclusion, let me again commend my dear brother, Governor Abubakar, Governor Badaru Abubakar, and the entire Jigawa state government for their massive efforts to grow the state's economy and improve the lives of citizens of the state. Clearly, these efforts are already bearing fruit, and small businesses, medium businesses in Jigawa state will be the better for it. Please be assured that the federal government values your cooperation, and we will continue to complement and support the work that you're doing here in this state. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Listen. Beside me was Osinbajo, commending the effort of His Excellency toward the execution of various developmental projects aimed to enhance the fit for the national anthem. Thank you and bye for now. Wishing His Excellency, the special guest of honor.
This is Channels Television. You've been watching the launch of the 28th MSMEs Clinic in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, by the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, which was held earlier today. We now continue with our programming for the day. Winning Ways is up next.